Hi there and welcome to the fourth part. In the next 3 videos we will be creating a blog, we'll be creating a blog detail and blog home. We will be also styling out the rich text element, which will be in this video. And we will be also playing around a lot with the CMS. So some of the parts might be slightly fast forward because I don't think it's interesting to watch me how I copy and paste into Webflow CMS. Also bear in mind that this whole uncut video has around 3 hours. So I tried to make it under 1 hour. And since none of this was designed, so this is also me actually figuring out how to create the stuff in Webflow and sort of thinking about how these pages can look like. So if I seem sometimes slightly confused, is that I don't have any base on top of which I'm building the stuff in Webflow. So let's look at how to create the blog. The first part of this video will be about filling out the CMS. We already prepared the blog collections. We have it here, but there are other articles which we haven't pulled into the collection. And we also need to create the cover pictures with the new overlay-ish style which we were using on the homepage, with this kind of style. So we need to fill the CMS with the content. So how are we going to do that? Let's start with the one with Alex. We will have post body, which is a rich text. We will then in the detail style the rich text, and we need to sort of do the main image which will be on top of the blog post. And we need to style it in Photoshop. We will take the text here without the picture. We won't be using the picture, but we will be using it as a cover picture on top. So I've pulled the article. We are doing the questions with a bold text, which I'm not sure is the best idea yet. Maybe we can end up with something similar to like H5 or something. But we will figure it out while we will be doing the blog detail. Which now reminds me, it might be maybe better to just start with one, set up the foundation for that, and then fill the CMS with all the content. And then we need another collection of authors. So we will save this one. We still need the main picture. We want to do it like this. So authors. Author sounds better. Okay, let's do author. And then we just need a name and picture, right? Picture. Avatar. This field is required. Awesome. So we have the collection of authors. We will save it. And then again, don't forget to do this every time for these kind of pages, which won't have the detail or basically don't have any design on those pages. Exclude them from the site's search results. The main reason to tick this box is to let other search engines to know that you don't want these pages to be included in the search results. And the reason for that is that there will be nothing on these pages. We won't have any detail of the author with like a list of the blog posts, which if you will have in your example, obviously don't exclude these. But if you are not having the particular detail for these, let's say for the quotes, which we'll be creating on a blog home, or for example for some tags, which will be separate collection. You don't want search engines listing these under your website with zero content, because that will be hurting your SEO results. Awesome. I think we need to fill one more thing here. So let's put the CMS. We will put here name is Clara Horton. I'm pasting there now. So we have a avatar, which is massive, 109 kilobytes. That doesn't look great. So we will export it again. We will paste it here, and this is where I was going fancy. So let's do 70%. We will replace this one and put there this one, which has already 23, which is way better. That's way better. So we have a author, which we can now assign to the blog post. And we will do it like this. we will need a multi-reference to link multiple authors, to link a collection of authors to a collection of blog posts. Yes, so we need a reference, and this will be the author. This field is required, and collection, authors. Save. Awesome. Now we will go back to the blog post. Pick an author, Clara Horton. Save. We will do this one as well, Clara Horton. Save. Awesome. So we have one blog post ready. We are just really missing the cover picture. So we will try to do the cover picture. Let's try to use this one for now. I think that will be the best option. And let's figure it out, what size do we want? We can do something like 400. So let's switch this to 800. 820. Let's do 820. 17 pixels wide sounds awesome. So quality at least 80. Okay, 70, 94 kilobytes sounds great. And we have a Alex interview. Right. So we will put the image here. Alex interview. Awesome. So we have a thumbnail, we have a main picture, we have a post summary, we have a body, post body, and the name, and then we have an author. And we have a blog release date as well, which is stunning. So let's save this one. And let's do the blog post detail. I think that will be the easiest way now. So we don't want events template, we want blog post template and Alex. So let's start again by pulling all of the stuff which we already have, which means navigation, which means footer and CTA. Great. And then we definitely need one of the sections. So we will use the one from internships because that was slightly more cut off the image from the hero section. So we have a section, nice. We don't want any of this. We don't want to have this as a grid, I believe. Although we can use this to 80 and 220. So we will duplicate this one again. Blog post, detail. Blog posts will be enough. Add rep. And we don't need grid here, I think. We will do the H1 internship heading. Blog post headline. We will get the content from here, which is the name. And we are doing something different one. We want Alex. And then we will have about us, which will be the post summary. Here we will do the date. Awesome. And then we definitely don't need this one now. We want to have the picture. So let's pull out div blog. And now what was the size which we said? 410. So since we already have a class for this one, we want to be playing with this margin. We will do 50 and 50. Let's see how that's gonna look like. We will put an image, cover, and we will get the background image from main image. Here we go. That's looking great. So blog post cover image. Great. And then now we need the rich text. And that's where the fun is going to start. So Styling of rich text. That's the biggest fun. Or, not sure fun, but yeah. So, for styling rich text, you are going to style basically one, which I believe is the best way to start with a empty one. Don't pull the information from anywhere. So you will have a rich text block where you will select always some element. I think you can maybe do it from here. You can't. So you can now select paragraph and do all paragraphs, but these will be only if we will add class to the rich text element. So we will do that. So we will say this is a blog post rich text. And now we're going to style the thing. We already have heading 4 again, which seems interesting. And you're styling it like this. So we will have heading 3, heading 4, and since I won't be in charge of always doing the content here, we want to add heading 5. How to add heading 5? Oh, I know. So you will put there here heading 5, heading 6, heading 6. You even want to do a quote, so let's pull this content again, make it as a quote, and you basically want to style everything. It's quite nice to have a style guide page separately as well, so you can always see what you're styling, and we might be able to do that now. I think that will be the easiest way, so we can then always just check this element on the style guide page and be able to tell what is going on with the images or the stuff together. So we can pull some other image here. Let's put this one. Then we will need to style the caption, styling. There are multiple types of the thing, but the caption it will stay. And again, you will see that you can figure and all figure captions. And again, all nested inside the blog post rich text. So what else are we missing? Blog quote, links. We are missing links. Interesting. That's not paragraph. Right, test.com. So we have a link, bold, italic. So we have the rich text, and as I said, we will put it into a style guide. And again, we don't want this page to be in search results, so put it as a style guide. We will paste the blog post rich text here. We will also, to be able to see it in like a normal occurrence, we will put here section and content. So it's not that kind of a crazy one. And let me just check one more thing. So we want to remove this one, obviously. Okay. Let's do this. We need to somehow separate those things and those questions somehow between each other. And I think this is the easiest way how to do that. We have the style guide and we want to style the stuff, which means that we now have H2, but we would love to have H1 as well. And we already have heading H1. This is actually all coming from the normal style guide or the styles for the body. Since we already did styling for H2, for H3, and possibly for H4, we already have most of it styled. We only need to do heading 5 and H6. And we can also style this also for the normal body. So let's do H4. And as we know, H3, it's 22 and 32. So we will style this one as a 20. H4 will be 20 and 30. Bisbee, bold, awesome. So we have H4 and it's already getting the thing. And we want to use the semi-bold. So we now have H4. We have H5 now on canvas. So let's do 18, 28. Since this one was 20, yes. We want Bisbee. And we want semi-bold. And then let's do H5, H6. H6 will be Bisbee 16, 24. Awesome. Semi-bold. And we have all the styles done for headings. We have this, we have the link. For link, let's actually use the paragraph link which we have. All links, awesome. We will do medium, black, decoration, right. And if we will do hover state, I'm not sure which we put it there, the violet. I think so. Great. Paragraph link, hover, main violet. Awesome. So now every link should work like that. And it's working. Great. Now we have bold text. All bolds. All bolds will be black. And bold. Right. And we have italics. All italics will be again black, so you can highlight with the font, and will be normal. And then we have the image with caption, so figure caption. Let's do 10 pixels here, and then for the captions, I think let's do just 15, and 14, and 22. Yes, I think block quote looks quite alright. We can maybe try how it looks with violet. Yeah, why not? And we can pull the line slightly up. Maybe put it more side and do 28 of spacing. Awesome, so let me now check the blog post template. We will check Alex, and it's looking great now. The only thing which I was slightly worried before as well was that it's really taking up the whole space of the page, which means that there is so many words on one line. So we want to slightly try to shrink it down. This one is fine because there is 6 words or 7, but these are really crazy. We want to do this one as a blog post summary and do only 70%. And then for the rich text block, we want to do the same, 70%. But now it looks really weird that it's only in the side. So let's see if we will center it, if that would look better. I don't think it does. What if we will do 70% on this one as well? And then we will basically just center the whole thing. Not like this, obviously. But like this. Oh, snap. The hello wrap is somehow making a mess here, but we will sort this quickly. Right, 70%, and now it's 70% inside. That doesn't make any sense. No, block summary, good. Yeah, I think that looks way better than it was before. Easier on eyes. Might be also bothering me that the font is maybe too small. So let's check the style guide. The paragraphs here are actually 16. What if we will try to increase this one to 18? Yeah, I guess that looks better. 28. Blog post template. Yes, I think that looks better. Also, one more thing which we can increase here is, I think we're using heading 5, right? Heading 5. Can you actually do combo class? No. So we want to increase the space after each paragraph. So we will do 25. And now the blog posts have finally some structure. Let me check which we are using. We are using obviously H5. Let's do H4. And we don't need bold here, obviously. There is no need because the headline is already bold. So we have H4, 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 no bold, H4, no bold, H4, no bold, H4. And then I think we can have one more space here. Save. Go here. Thanks, Alex. Love it. I think that's looking really good. That is looking really good. So we have the rich text block. Rich text block. And now we want to do the recent posts. So let me just pull this somehow together again. So we will have this as a blog post wrap. This is not head anymore. Do we need this one? $80, or maybe 100. And now we want to add to it. So we want to add div block. Maybe we don't need the div block, but let's find out in a bit. We will do collection list. We will do blog posts. And we will do a grid. And then which one it was again? So list turning into a grid, columns 30, rows 0, and we will have 3 rows are not filled. We will do 3 exactly, and we will have the same thing which we have on the home page. Right, awesome. So we have this. So we have 3. They will be filled once we put them there, obviously. We want to obviously sort the order of date of release from newest to oldest. And then we want to filter the blog post is not a current blog post. So now we have just one, which is not the current one. So this is how you set the thing. We want to also limit items to have only 3. And we also need a heading for this section. So I can actually, why did I not put this one? And this one is actually having 90. That's looking great. That seems better choice. More from our blog. And read all the stories. We can maybe actually have it like this. Which ones there will be 3, it will probably look different. How does it look like here? Yeah, why not? Why not? Let's find out. I think this is looking fine. So we have the blog post template. We have lovely content. We have the more from our blog. I just realized we have here one more thing which I wanted to sort out is rename this class definitely. Blog post, headline, wrap. And we don't want to use this label as the label for the post date. I think it will be better to have it here. Again, put this as a flex box. Vertical align here. In this case, we can actually put there the whole date. Release date, August, awesome. So for this one, we don't want to use the release date. We will keep it without the label now, but we will keep it as a category. As I just realized, there are categories in this blog which are your stories, our community, book club, co-working, and I think it will make more sense because we're using this one as the date. So let's keep it consistent, and then we can have the category here, because if this will be like, I don't know, book club, it will look better. What about divider here? Let's see how that would look like. Ouch. What's the margin here? 80. 80 for this one. So let's do blog template. Alex. Divider. And I was saying it's 80, right? 120 here. Not here. 80. The next part will be slightly fast forward because I spent around 30 minutes filling up the CMS and creating the cover images for the blog posts. Awesome. So we have a blog detail for desktop, and in the next part we will be making all of this responsive.